Phil Jupitus. Everybody will know you from the TV, of course, from Never Mind the Buzzcocks. And I think I've seen every one of them, actually.
Well, then you've been seeing more of them than I have, because I missed one for the first time ever this year. I went to Cuba with my wife.
Really?
Yeah. So they got Frankie Boyle in instead. I understand it was a very pleasant evening.
I have to admit, actually, I'm a very big fan of the show. I've watched them since years back.
Thank you, JP.
Mark Lamar and company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You've had some great guests on, actually.
Oh, no, over the years, I mean, some amazing people. I was only talking yesterday to a mate of mine saying that we once had Edwin Starr, the late Edwin Starr was in the lineup.
Contact.
Yeah. Shaggy, we had on the show Meatloaf.
Mr. Lover.
And then as time goes on, the cachet of the show sort of, starts to shift a bit, and then we appear to have had a lot more of these reality TV gimps, really. And so it's a little different now, but we still get good turns on. We had Tiny Temper hosted the other day. We had Pixie Lott on the show.
It's kind of moved on through the generations, hasn't it?
Yeah. It does. It shifts around a lot. It's at the moment it's in very good shape. I think.
I have to tell you, my all-time favourite part of the show every week used to be the part where when you do the intros to the songs, you get the little note with the three tracks on it.
That's the one.
And your face was just so serious when you were doing that. I mean, how many? Come on, be honest. How many takes does it?
It was no. I mean, we record it and it would go out. Edited down. They give you 3. They normally take 2 for the show, and then put those out. But the problem is if I ever didn't know the record, then I'd have to actually learn it. And when you're learning something that you don't know at all, that's weird, especially music. And so it can be quite tricky. I mean, this week on the show it is 3 songs I didn't know at all.
Now we're going to talk. We'll talk a little bit in a few minutes about why you're actually here in Limerick tonight. But I was looking at a little bit of history with you, and so many strings to your bow. I mean, comedian, poet, actor, cartoonist. I'm getting scared here now. DJ, radio presenter. I'm getting more scared again. And TV presenter and beekeeper.
Yeah. Well,
what?
You know what? When you're running at those kind of levels, you really need to keep the energy up. Yeah. And I find honey is the best way to.
Is it
beekeeper?
True? But is it true?
Put that in.
I'm not sure. We shouldn't really.
Never. We shouldn't trust
everything.
Wikipedia.
We shouldn't trust everything we read.
I quite like that, though. I've got to go with that.
But is it true though? That
normally, if I read things like that about myself on the internet, that means now I've got to buy bees.
But is it true that you started off as a poet back in the 80s?
I was. Yeah, indeed. In '83, I did my first gig in a pub in. Portobello Road, yeah. First ever time in front of an audience, and
and some of the big bands of the 80s, you were keeping company with the likes of Paul Weller back then, weren't you?
That's right. Yeah, no, I still know Welly, still see him from time to time, and the House Martins I tour managed, and I toured with Billy Bragg, gig with the Pogues quite a bit, time to time.
And I think you turned up in the video for Happy Hour, don't you?
I was in the Happy Hour video, yes.
You'll never guess where I found that out.
In the B place.
So listen, an awful lot of people will be wondering what's Phil Jupitus from Never Mind the Buzzcocks doing in Limerick in Live 95 FM chatting to me. Well, you're actually in town doing a gig tonight, aren't you?
I am indeed, yes. In very shortly I shall be sprinting from your studio to go up the road to Dolan's. Doing Dolan's tonight at 8, so people of Limerick, if you fancy a laugh, it's the Whose Line Is It Anyway show. Myself, Ian Coppinger, Irish comedian, along with Steve Frost, Steve Steen and Andy Smart will be making up stuff in front of you.
That's that's really the amazing and unique thing about Whose Line Is It Anyway, because it's actually a show, in case people don't know, there's no script, there's no plan.
No.
Does that mean you guys don't know what you're doing?
Oh, well, I think that when you see the 5 men arrayed on the stage, you'll know that we have no idea what we're doing at all.
And the audience play a big part, don't they?
They do indeed. I mean, you really do rely on the crowd. And in Ireland, they very, very much get into the spirit of it. I've always noticed that doing improv over here is something they just, once they... if you get an audience, most of them haven't really seen one being done before. Within 10 minutes, they're fully across it, and there's no shortage of
I'll tell you, the story just gets better with you, Phil, because you've done all these things in the past. Now you're doing a show, you don't know what you're doing, and you're getting paid for it. I mean,
there we go. I can't complain. I can't complain.
Whoever manages you, I got to talk to him.
They're good people. They're good people.
Listen, what about going forward? I mean, plans for the future. Phil Jupitus, and any more Buzzcocks going on? Or?
Buzzcocks are in the middle of season 25 at the moment, so next week And I can exclusively tell the people of Limerick, next week's host is Cilla Black.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Surprise.
Yeah. And that show has been a tremendous success, really. I mean, you said it there, 25 series
25
in.
series,
I mean, there's not many of them that
years.
are going that long now. It's amazing, isn't it?
I know. And the thing is when you take the show on, you're really... You're not aware that it's going to have the kind of shelf life that it has had. You're very, very surprised indeed. But I just think with the turnover of people, I still find it fun to do. And that was always my bottom line, is it a laugh? And as far as sort of day jobs go, it's a good one. I've very, very much enjoyed doing it. And at the moment with Noel Fielding, the show we did just this last week, the one hosted by Tiny Temper, which was just... We had an example on there as well, and Pixie Lot, and that was really, really good fun.
Well, listen, we've enjoyed your bit of a chat tonight, and thanks for calling in to see us.
Cheers,
and again, welcome to Limerick. Have you been here before?
I have indeed. Yeah. It's second or third time in the town.
Fantastic. Well, let's enjoy the night. It's whose line is it anyway? And it's at Dolan's tonight. Yourself and the rest of the crew. We wish you well.
Come down, give us ideas. We need you. We need you, Limerick.
And Limerick audiences are mad for the crack, so you'll enjoy it. All right.
As am I.
Thank you, Phil.